Hello, dear students. I am Samir Velankar and I welcome all of you to this another video on control structures in C. In this video, we will be solving GATE 2017 question. I'll read out the question for you. Consider a C program fragment. Some fragment is given here, which is meant to divide. This fragment is meant to divide two numbers x and y, both being integers, using repeated subtractions. So actually we are trying to find x divided by y, but this x divided by y is found by repeated subtractions by the fragment given below. And we are using four variables x, y, q, r. Of course, x being the numerator and or the dividend and y being the denominator or the divisor, and q and r are the two more variables. So basically we want to divide x by y and we expect that the while loop written below is going to give you the answer of x upon y. Now the question asked is which of the following conditions on the variables x, y, q, r before the execution of the fragment will ensure that the loop terminates in a state satisfying the condition. Now, this is the condition that should satisfy after this while loop given above ends. So, whatever are the values of x, y initially, because we are finding x upon y. So, whatever are the values of x and y initially, finally, when the loop ends, x should become y into q plus r. And then these are the four conditions given. Now, which of these four conditions, which one out of these four conditions should be true before we run the while loop so that we get this condition satisfied? I hope you are understanding. Now many readers, many beginners would feel that this is division, q is quotient and r is remainder and all that. No, I don't solve the questions like that, because I am a programming guy, and being a programming person, I just read the code given with the conditions. That's all. I have nothing to do with division algorithm, subtraction algorithm. And believe me, life becomes very easy if you do that. So if on any day I was given this question and I was asked, what does this segment do? What does this segment do? It is said that this segment is going to make x upon y, find x upon y. So I will assume some value of x. I'll assume x to be 10 and y to be 3. You are free to assume any values of x and y. For example, some reader might take x equal to 25 and y equal to 5. So I have taken these two values and now I expect that this segment while loop should find x upon y such that the condition x is equal to y into q plus r should be satisfied after the while loop is finished. But then to satisfy this condition, which of the following conditions must be true initially? So let's see first, that is A. Option A says that before you run the while loop, this condition should be true. That is q should be equal to r, correct? And r should be equal to 0. So let's put first of all r should be 0. It is clearly said that r should be 0. This should be true, they are saying. And q should be r, correct? So q should be 0 because r is 0 is true, isn't it? This portion r equal to 0 I am marking is true, they are saying, and q equal to r, so q is 0. So let's try to run the while using these values, and straight away you will see this is out of sense. Option A cannot be the option. Let's see. While r is greater than 0. So 0, r is 0. While 0 is greater than or equal to y is 3. Now 0 greater than 3 straight away false. So the while is not at all going to run. So how come it is going to give any answer? So option A is out of question. I hope you are then understanding why your teacher doesn't bother about what is Q, what is R. Maybe some students will intelligently, or some readers would say that Q is quotient, R is remainder, and all that. I don't bother about that at all. And now I will again take x equal to 10, y equal to 3, same values, and I will go for the second condition. Let's see, should this condition be true before we run the while loop? So the condition is x should be greater than 0. Okay, fine. X is greater than 0. Check, I am marking. 10 is greater than 0. Second condition is r should be equal to x. So I'm taking r should be equal to 10, equal to x. And y should be greater than 0. So y is really greater than 0. So let's see if these conditions are satisfied. How will while work? While r, that is 10, is greater than or equal to y, that is 3. The condition happens to be true. While runs and r becomes r minus y. So that is 10 minus 3. So r becomes 7. And then q becomes q plus 1. Now here is the big blunder here. Big blunder. You are saying q is q plus 1. Hello, but what is the value of q? Value of q, you observe this. Observe this where I am taking. Value of q is unsaid. You might say then, sir, value of q is garbage. Okay, I agree, value of q is garbage, but what are you going to do with that garbage? If you work on garbage value, are you going to get this condition satisfied which I am marking? Absolutely not. So as q, value of q is not commented, you can't say that option B is also correct. That's it then. So it's so easy actually. While solving gate paper, obviously you are going to do it at a rapid speed, and believe me, if you don't overthink the question, because this is a programming question, you just have to read the program and execute it line by line. You will get the answer assuming some values of x and y again, and we want to find x upon y. Let's see the condition 3, third condition. Q should be 0, r should be x, y greater than 0. So I am taking q as 0, and it is said r should be equal to x. So r is 10, and it is said y should be greater than 0. So indeed y is greater than 0. So let's see what happens. First while loop will check, is 10 greater than or equal to 3, which is true. So r will become r minus, that is 10 minus y, which is 3. So r becomes 7. Here I am updating r is 7. And q becomes q plus 1. So q becomes 1, 0 plus 1. And then the loop repeats. Now I'm going to overwrite this. I'm going to scribble this. Just manage this. Again, while is going to check r greater than or equal to y. And what is the new value of r? Listen, r is 7 now. Observe the table above. R is 7. So is 7 greater than or equal to 3, which is still true? So r will become r minus y. But r is 7 now. And y is still 3. So r is going to become 4. And q will be increased by 1. Q is q plus 1. So q was 1, but now it becomes 2. And the loop repeats. Now again it checks, is r greater than or equal to y, but r is now 4, isn't it? I'll just erase this. Now the value of r is 4, and 4 is greater than or equal to y is still 3. So r becomes r minus y. So r becomes 4 minus 3. So r becomes 1. R is 1. And then Q becomes Q plus 1. So Q becomes 3. Q is 3. Now the loop repeats and it checks is R greater than or equal to Y. But hello, R has become 1. And 1 greater than or equal to 3 is false. So the loop breaks. Okay, so the loop has stopped. Don't come to any conclusion. Loop has stopped. And when the loop stops, we have got Q equal to 3. Just observe this. Q equal to 3 and R equal to 1. So is this condition getting satisfied? X equal to Y into Q plus R. You know that X was 10. Is 10 equal to Y, that is 3, into Q? Observe, Q is 3 plus 1. Indeed, 3 into 3 plus 1 is 10. So option C is correct. If you initialize Q, R and Y using the conditions in option C, then you will get the answer. Then you will get this condition satisfied. In fact, now I can interpret that Q is the quotient. You tell me 10 upon 3, we were dividing X with Y, X being 10 and Y as 3. 10 upon 3 is 3. Yes, 3 3s are 9 and remainder is 1. So Q is quotient and R is 1. But leave aside this all intelligence. We are not here for learning maths. We are here for learning programming. I always tell students, whenever any programming question is asked, simply don't bother about what is R, what is Q, what are these variables doing. Substitute the values and you can get the answer instantly. Let's not leave the question. Okay, we are saying C is the correct option, but who knows what is D? Let's take X equal to 10, Y equal to 3. Same values X upon Y. Let's see option D. It says Q should be 0, okay, and Y should be greater than 0. So Y is anyway greater than 0. Y is 3. This condition is also true. So let's see what happens in the while loop. While R is greater than Y. Hello, listen, R is not given any value. Senseless this is. R is not given any value. You have garbage value. And how can you comment with garbage value? What will be the output? Correct or not? So option D is also wrong. By the way, before I end the video, you have to assume some values of X and Y. Otherwise, some reader will say, sir, then X and Y are also not given. Then X and Y are garbage. No. It's given that we are dividing X by Y, correct? So X and Y are to be assumed by the person who is solving the question. And then using X and Y, they are asking conditions on Q and R. I hope you have understood. You agree that option C is correct. Thank you very much.